Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you.
No, I don't take. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Brian, I need to interrupt you right now because we are not live on my channel.
We are live.
Oh, it just came up for me. No intro, no nothing. It just popped open. Oh, it scared me. Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that. I'm in the middle of playing some cool Irish music for you guys. Did you like that?
Perfect, Brian. Perfect.
I'm going to say it was perfect, even though I couldn't hear it.
I was trying to talk over it. All right, well, I'm glad everybody's here. In case you're
and
all
I'm back, Brian, and I'm back.
Yes, I'm back, and no, my name is not MacFarlane. I only did that for the Irish portion of the show tonight, so that is not a Mandela effect.
Thank you. I was ready to post it in my group. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone. We'll do a few shout outs here. We got, let's see, who's all here? We got Pushing Buttons. I see Dean Johnson. Super Mario Brothers Theory, welcome. Mr. Super Sidewinder. Let's see. Reality is Complexes here. Welcome, welcome. Noise Doers here. No, Go-Kart Bob. Is that right?
Yep, Go-Kart Bob.
All right, welcome everyone. All right.
Yes, Go-Kart Bob. St. Patty's Day is Sunday, so we have our St. Patty's Day avatars. They have one like this, but they probably forgot because it's from 2 years ago.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
Sandy, maybe we can come up with some trivia towards the end of the show.
Trivia about
St. Patty's Day trivia. Yeah. Let's do some of that toward the end, okay?
Okay. I believe it or not, for tomorrow night's show, because I haven't had a chance to put anything together yet, I actually have a St. Patty's Day Mandela effect.
No way.
Yeah. I've been saving it for like 8 months.
Teresa, what
Wow.
was the one that I told? Speaking of saving things, what was the one that I told you to save for me, Teresa? The one that we were going
The
to talk
star
about.
one, the stars about.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Thank you.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah.
All right.
Stars. Star.
So-
Blah 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 blah. I don't want to say it. You know what it is.
There's also a question that's in the chat that was in my comments.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys can help.
Okay.
Reality complex is asking about a video where we saw Fruit Loops change, but I don't remember.
We did?
We've talked about Fruit Loops so much. I don't, but it didn't change on air. We've only had that
Are they
happen.
talking about that? Are they talking about when I first woke up to the effect where I had posted a bunch of boxes and then they changed on me? The little boxes?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Wasn't a bit. Yeah, it was where I had posted a bunch of little Fruit Loop boxes. Like there were like 20 of them, and they all had Fruit Loops on them the way that I remember it. And they changed. All of them changed, and even Brian had seen it. Remember, Brian?
Yeah.
It was crazy, and I even had witnesses. People were like freaking out, like, you know what I mean?
So this was on air?
We talked about it, yeah. Right, Brian?
Was it before I was on the show?
No. We talked about it not too long ago, didn't we? At one time? Or you brought it up, Brian. Didn't you bring it up or something? You rehashed it, basically. Supposedly.
Because the only thing I remember recently is you seeing Fruit Loops on the tag in the store.
Yeah, no, that had nothing to do with that. That was something separate.
That was a different. Complex says maybe I'm from a different timeline. Possibly. I can't tell you how many times I've looked for videos that no longer exist. And it's not that they were taken down, it's that it didn't exist that way in this timeline.
Wow.
So that video was never made. Like there was one with the say hello to my little friend. There was a video about that where it had flip-flopped and that video no longer exists. And we have had two things change live on air, and that was your Mont Blanc logo and then the shutters on the whatchamacallit in Back to the Future. What's it called? The town hall.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Back to the Future. There was one that Brian and I called a donut store, and the lady remembered.
You talking about the Voodoo Donuts?
Yeah, remember that one? Maybe he's talking about that one.
I remember watching that one. I wasn't on the show yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we literally called them. Oh, Lord.
I like Reality's Complex's comment here in another timeline. St. Patty's Day is Italian. That's funny.
See, I told you I like Mario.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my group.
All right. So we're talking about Mark Fewings here from, this is Teresa's Mandela Reality Residue Hunters group. It's we're up to 3.1 thousand subscribers. You know that, members?
And this is year 6.
Teresa?
Yep, year 6.
Well, you're on year 6, but we're on year 7 of this channel.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's because of all you that we keep going. You know, please share these videos with your family and friends so that we keep getting the word out. We want to wake up as many people as we can. At this point, I don't know. It's like you either see it or you don't. You know.
Yeah.
I see the changes. Not quite as much as I used to, but I still see them a lot. I do.
Me
see
too,
them.
Brian. It slowed down a lot for me. You
like
know?
the thing I was telling you about earlier, Teresa.
Yeah.
And you and I had talked about. I might as well go ahead and talk about it now. So, in the movie Pinocchio, this one really stuck out for me. Do you know Geppetto when he says his prayers at night in the
Yeah.
Pinocchio movie?
Yeah.
What does he say? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may.
Yeah.
I wish I might to blank the wish I blank tonight.
Yeah. I did send you residue for that.
Let's see what the chat says.
Right. Let's see what the chat says.
Go ahead and fill in the
And I know
blank, everyone.
I found this one like probably a couple of years ago. I think did we talk about this one at all, Sandy? Oh, I thought we could have. I could have sworn we did, but
I don't have a presentation on it.
I don't
So,
remember
I don't know.
covering it, Brian.
okay. Was it to have the wish I wish tonight, or to make the wish I wish tonight, or have the wish I make tonight? I don't know. What was the movie saying, Teresa? From what I told you.
Push and button says grant or have.
What?
I wish I may, or I wish I might, to have the wish I wish tonight is what I remember.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Now Geppetto in the old classic movie, he says to have the wish I make tonight.
There you go. Mr. Super Sidewinder says to have the wish I wish tonight.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Super Sidewinder. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's okay.
But now it's changed. It's changed now.
Yes. It's now make. That's what he says now.
You want to play the clip?
You didn't want to get a copyright.
I don't want to get a copyright. But yeah, let's go back to Teresa Lynch's group here. Mark Fewings. He has this clip here of life is like a box of chocolates. I'm not sure where he pulled that from. It doesn't say.
It's in the X-Files.
Is it X-Files? Okay.
Yeah, you might get a copyright.
It's only 8 seconds of the show.
I don't usually get copyrights even for
life. It's like a box of chocolates.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good residue.
Good residue.
Oh, there's my thing coming up.
I don't usually get a copyright for.
Oh, that's my Nestle's.
Like that.
That's Brian. That's the Nestle's one.
Yeah.
I want you to play that one.
I will.
Read what I said first.
Yes, it's mostly quotes that we don't get copyrights for, but it's music definitely you can get copyrights easily.
Read what I said in my post.
Yeah,
okay,
but I didn't.
Teresa Lynch posted.
I was gonna say I didn't get it for Hershey, so Nestle should be okay.
Okay, 1980s retro commercial. Teresa posted, "Why is the guy singing Nestle's? He spells it singing it, but the candy bar says Nestle. Is this residue? What do you remember?"
Yeah, play it. That's why I'm not sure. And I want you to hear it. You might have to turn up the volume.
A dream as sweet as this. Creamy white.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard him. He spells it out with an S.
I know. Yeah. And that's not what the candy bar says. I mean, if that ain't good residue. I mean, how come the commercial didn't change the singing? Did you hear it, Sandy?
Yeah,
right.
I actually remember this commercial.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But he wouldn't spell out Nestle's.
And keep going down. Nestle. My new one's down there. Keep scrolling down. That's the species. You might have covered the species. I don't know, Sandy, but it just was found. Check it out.
John Nod, like I said, John Nod has sent me a link. Over 100 species were discovered. This is just.
I know, but I have no way of knowing that. I have no way of. I found this on my own.
I know, it's fine.
Right, it's like Pokemon. It's like we're finding a new Pokemon every time.
You want to click on the link, Brian?
Isn't that right, Sandy?
Yeah.
New species discovered, dubbed the sea pig, discovered near New Zealand.
And they found a bunch of other things, but the main one that I was shocked
I'll
about
mute
was
it.
this. Yeah.
I'll have to mute it.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
The video is private, Teresa.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, if you want to find an article, maybe you can put species found in New Zealand. If you want to find an article, because there's articles on it too. Check that out. It looks just like a pig too. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It
Here
does.
This is it. I'll mute it. Oh.
Okay. I think if you Google that, there's other places you can find it, not just in my group.
I want to see what it looks like. They're not really showing us. Oh, there it is. You see it?
No, you're not presenting.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. I can see
Oh,
it.
there you go. There you go.
How about now? Can you see it?
It's
Yes.
so cute. That's what must be the same thing that he sent you, right? 100 species.
Yes.
That's what I wanted Brian to show anyway. Brian,
Okay,
can
it
you
wouldn't
play
let me
it
do
or?
it. I don't know if I can play much of the sound. I'll start from
They're
where
going to
they
show the species right now. Right there. Start there. That's the new species.
Sea pigs, which are sea cucumbers, but they have small leg-like appendages.
The crew of 21 scientists also lowered cameras to the seafloor and found some known species.
That's crazy. Is that the same thing that John Nada found? Probably.
Yes, he found 100 species. He sent me an article.
Right. But I wanted to show the pig because that was the main one that I was like shocked about, and I didn't look at any of the others, but that was the main one that I was like, wow. You know what I mean? So same idea. We probably everybody found it at once.
Brian, I'm sending you a picture of the sea pig. It's a lot closer up.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute though?
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
I love it when they discover new species. That's pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, that's a more close-up one, Sandy.
Whoa, where'd we go? Oh my God. It's not as cute as I thought now. What the heck?
That one looks like something. It looks like something out of Aliens.
I want to know what all those little things are growing. Is that his legs? Wow, isn't that crazy?
So. Hey, Sandy, where did you get that bot? Is that your night bot right there?
Yeah.
Sandy's got a night bot.
I'm gonna have to mute a minute because we have the cat from downstairs. I have to give her back. So I'm here, but I'm gonna be muted for a little bit.
It's fine.
Okay.
What do you want to show out? What else do you want to show, Brian?
Pushing buttons. 62 says, "Are those shrimp hanging out? Shrimp out
I
of his
don't
mouth?"
know. I was just trying to figure it out myself what they were. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Anything else you want to show in my group? There's a lot of new stuff. We got to start doing.
We got to start.
Well,
doing
I don't know where you want to. I don't know where you want to start in Flickr. I mean, I don't know what Sandy wants you to show, or do you just want to go show? Let's pick something out.
He knows. Yeah, he's got to scroll down and just pick whatever he wants. Just
find something good, Brian. Scroll down.
I'd like to learn about this this thing called rainbow meat. That looks pretty interesting. Did we cover that yet?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can cover it.
Rainbow meat. Yum, yum.
Because I made a note here. We left off on January 14th is where we...
that was smart keeping track, Brian. That was smart doing that.
Oh, thank you.
You want to talk about rainbow meat? I mean...
Yeah, we'll do that.
I mean, rainbows, come on. Rainbows are related to St. Patrick's Day, right? The rainbow. So...
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Okay.
All right. I guess that ought to be good for now. All right, you wanna start off reading, Teresa, for the first one, or you want actually?
Yeah, I can read
I'll
it.
do
It's
this
no
one.
problem.
I'll
I'll
do
read
this
it.
one. I'll do this one. I'll do this one. You do the next one. How's that?
Okay, sounds good. You read. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So, can everybody see this? You can see that. Okay.
Looks good, Brian.
Okay. So Hebrew mentioned something to me tonight that he thought was strange, and I believe it's a Mandela effect. So we're going to ask you something. Yes or no? In your past, could meat, in this case ham, roast beef, pork, etc., have a rainbow sheen or crust and still be perfectly safe to eat? Yes or no? Oh, I do too. Pushing Button says, I miss 24-hour stores. Yeah, I remember you used to be able to go to Walmart all hours of the night. Anytime you wanted to, you can go in your pajamas. Now it's like they close at like what, 10 o'clock? Or whatever?
Brian, people go in their pajamas anyway, all the time.
Yep, Walmart and pajamas.
Yeah, they're like 24/7 in them.
All right. So Vale Zagarelli says never. Reality is complex. Says, has anyone have big arguments with skeptics before? With the, I guess pertaining to the Mandela effect, has anyone ever had any big arguments with skeptics?
I have.
I can't say big arguments because most people I talk to, they just walk away. They're just not interested.
They just kind of look at you like you're crazy.
Pretty much. Moon Freedom. Hey, Moon Freedom. Everyone wears pajamas in Tucson all day long, and yes, they shop at Walmart like that in the middle of the day. LOL. That's hilarious.
Walmart pajamas are the new fashion.
Oh yeah, especially like the checkered ones. I like wearing checkered pants and what is it, like a black T-shirt maybe? Moon Freedom says, "I love rainbow ham." XOXO. All right. Reality's Complex says, "I never saw rainbow ham," so I'm going to continue. Okay, we've got enough votes in. Now Sandy says here, I've seen a sheen or on lunch meat. Okay, but that usually meant the meat was bad, slimy, or it was never rainbow. So, but according to the food experts, quote unquote food experts, I guess, this is completely normal. But not only rainbow, but metallic rainbow is perfectly safe to consume. I'm sorry, but if my cold cuts or Christmas ham is shiny rainbow, there's no way I'm going to eat that. I mean, look at that, guys. Come on. Doesn't that just kind of gross you out? It looks delicious, doesn't it? Especially when what they're describing looks like this. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Could you eat this green eggs and ham, I guess? This is just my opinion, but it's almost like they're reassuring us to eat spoiled food in hopes that we will get sick or do not survive, because it's not right. If you ever see rainbow on meat, it's never part of my past. That's what Sandy was saying. Rainbow on meat was never a part of my past. Look at that, guys. Teresa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, just making sure. So apparently it's called meat iridescence. The colors are due to optical interference effects, and the meat is edible with or without the colors. Oh, excuse me. Is this normal for you? Were you marveling at the rainbow sections of your ham during childhood holiday dinners? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you to Hebrew77 for sharing that tidbit about this beautiful rainbow ham. Okay, on to the next one.
Give me a good one to read.
All right, you can read the one about the cool rainbows.
Ooh, okay. Tell me when I can go.
Go for
it. Excuse me. Sorry. One of the patterns we see in the Mandela community is rainbows being where they shouldn't be. Next.
All right.
One example are spider webs, which I covered back in 2020, but now there is another object that can be rainbow that never was in my past. Yes or no? I'm not asking what you think. I am asking what you remember. Did vinyl albums reflect rainbow colors in your past? I got to think about that one.
Yeah, guys, just take a moment, answer in the chat, yes or no. We like to make this as interactive as possible, you guys. Realities Complex says yes. Hubert says no. And what are we referring? We're referring to vinyls, not CDs, because when you look at CDs and DVDs, they're going to have that the reflect kind of like rainbow colors. Okay, so
interesting. I want to see a picture of one. See what she's talking about.
Okay, I think some of you are now getting it. Okay, we're not talking about CDs and DVDs. We're talking about vinyl records. You know, those
CDs
old
have rainbow colors.
Right.
I gotta
So
see.
in my
Whoa,
past,
that's pretty.
typical. No, these are black vinyl albums, reflected white light. They were just shiny matte black, nothing special. And in direct white light, they still look like this.
Yes.
I don't know if this is specific types of vinyl albums. But there are a lot of photos online showing vinyl albums when viewed at an angle, showing full spectrum rainbow. Some even look glittery. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Brian, I remember my ex-husband used to collect records. I remember them really being pretty like that.
Now,
yeah.
This Reddit user was shocked to see the rainbow colors when taking a flash photo of a moving record. So it's new to those not even in the ME community.
I'm back, guys. Just letting you know. I got to be specific since you're talking about this. It's not all records. It's not all vinyls. Some vinyls don't do it for some reason. But there's actually a part 2 to this, which I just covered. So now that you're doing this one, you're gonna have to scroll up to the top and do the part 2.
Okay. So the colors have a name, interference colors. The grooves on the record refract the light, causing us to see the rainbow colors, which means the colors have always been there and all the albums should be affected. So what we're seeing here, I guess, is a macro photo, I guess zoomed in, of the grooves of a vinyl album. Someone says here, took a picture of the vinyl record spinning with flash on. The outcome was amazing. What do you guys think about that? Cool rainbow effect. I'm wondering, does it have to be moving though, or is it?
No, you have to hold it at I'm sorry. I just ran up and down the steps 3 times because the cat would not come out. Um, it has to be held at a 45-degree angle, and usually, I mean, some people get it to work with like a phone flash, but it's usually sunlight. Sunlight, you have more luck of seeing the rainbows. And again, it's only some records. It's not all records. And they don't know why. And I'm saying they don't know why because there's a part 2. You have to cover it next. It's scientists seeing the Mandela effect, not knowing it's a Mandela effect, and trying to find out why this is happening. So you have to do the part 2 right after this.
Okay. While the science is making sense, I still have never seen a single rainbow reflecting off my records before. Is this a new phenomenon for you? Or have your records always been rainbow? Let me know your thoughts.
Do you see the sunlight? Like you
I
see
do.
how you, and that's the 45-degree angle with the sunlight that you're more likely to see the rainbow.
But I don't remember that at all. And we played lots of records at our house. Thank you to EverJosh08 for taking photos of his album showing the rainbows on the vinyl. Wow.
Yeah, because when I talked about this, he took pictures of it live on, like while we were live, and sent them to me, and we showed them. So I added the slide of his pictures because he was seeing the rainbows in his too, and he was using a phone flash.
Is that the where? Okay, I see the part 2.
Yeah.
And that was March 10th.
That's what I said. I just covered part 2. I just covered it last week.
All right, well, here it is.
Valentine, that's true, but this is old records that we own that are now rainbow that weren't. So they're
really pretty. They're really pretty.
Definitely on me, because none of my records ever made rainbows.
No,
I had records growing up, not a one.
That's cool.
So a little while ago, literally like 2 minutes ago, I showed you guys, but determined not all vinyl records now reflect rainbow colors under specific conditions. Well, something amazing did happen online. And I think this is the first time I have ever seen scientists research a Mandela effect, and it took a rainbow reflecting records for it to happen. One of these physics guys noticed the rainbows, and they created a thread. Everyone got to work using microscopes and mass spectrometers trying to figure out why it was happening. The conclusion was they had never seen this before. They didn't know how or why it was happening, and all they could theorize is why it could be happening. But none of them went that step further to ask, why now? Since when? I just think it's interesting that a group of scientists noticed the Mandela effect years ago and did actual tests to try to find out why it was happening, something completely new that they never saw, and so I wanted to share this. So there you see the, what is that, like a spectrometer? Like
they're using mass spectrometers and microscopes and all sorts of things, and they determined it was not refraction, like I originally stated in the original presentation. Because the research I did before said it was from refraction, but they're saying it's not refraction. So they don't know what's causing it. Then they thought it was a coating, but they're not all coated, and they still have the rainbows. And Valentine, it's okay. I get it. I believe you. I believe you saw rainbows on your records. We just never have. I believe you 100%. Valentine's saying that in the 90s, they broke like a vinyl disc, and they were playing with the broken pieces, and I guess they saw the rainbows. And I believe you 100%. I've just never seen it.
Wow.
I mean, under a microscope, you can see the rainbows.
Kind of looks like Saturn rings, doesn't it? Like Saturn's rings?
Yeah, I guess it does. Yep. I just think it's interesting that when you get really close, the rainbows disappear, and it's like glitter. See what I'm saying? Like it's like glittery.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've just never seen scientists run scientific tests on something that's a Mandela effect for us.
And
Because
this is back in 2021.
yeah, back in 2021, because they never saw the rainbows before. They never saw the rainbows. They were like, "What's this? Why is this happening?" So they decided to do tests.
Well, now you know what, Sandy. You're making me want to go to the Goodwill or whatever and try to pick up a vinyl record.
I told
I
everyone,
want to
if
go
your
get one.
vinyl records are making rainbows, send me pictures. I'll show them.
A lot of science stuff here, terminology and everything. Wow. Yeah, I don't remember those rainbows ever before.
I remember.
It's not.
I mean, oh, go on.
It's not every day. Not every day that we get to see a Mandela effect picked apart with science and see tests performed to try to understand why it's happening. Do you think this is fascinating as I do? Let me know your thoughts below.
I did. I thought that was fascinating because I've never seen scientists say, "Well, that's weird. I've never seen that before," and then everybody else in that thread saying, "That is weird," and then they just start testing. That's just crazy. I've never seen that.
Well, we got some other crazy stuff to share with you guys, and this involves video games. So there's a classic.
Didn't you already do this one last time?
I don't think
If
so.
you did.
Let me look.
Nintendo? Oh no, it's
No,
a
I
different
didn't cover
one.
this
Okay.
one.
All right, it's a
So
different one.
there's a classic Atari game that has been Mandela'd from my memory. I already asked my audience about this before, but wanted to make a presentation with residue. If you already know the answer, just answer what you remember. What is the name of this 1979 Atari game? I know what it is, but I'm not telling until you guys give some answers here.
Asteroids?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what Tracy remembers.
That's what I remember.
Asteroids.
What is
Yeah.
it now? Is it
I
changed?
used to play it.
No, it's different from me. A few people in my chat remembered it like I did, so I made a presentation.
Do I remember it like
Okay.
you?
No, you don't. You have the current memory.
Oh crap!
No.
I got
we
the update.
So when we got the Atari 2600, Sandy says there were 8 games I remember playing the most. Breakout, Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, River Raid, Combat, Kaboom. I remember Kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
Space Invaders, definitely Space Invaders, and Asteroid.
It was Asteroid for me, and Go-Kart Bob, and
No, I had an S.
It was not
Yeah,
Asteroids for me. It was just Asteroid.
Well,
That
that's the
sounds
thing.
weird.
Sandy, I know it sounds alien to me. But
Yeah.
Asteroid
Asteroids,
sounds alien to me.
Brian, you remember like I do with the S?
I do. I remember Asteroids.
Him and I are from the
That's
same
okay.
reality, Sandy. Sorry.
It's okay. I know River Raid was my absolute favorite. Pushing buttons is screaming River
But
Raid. It's one of my like that was the one.
what was River Raid about? I'm trying to remember.
Well, if it was one player or two, you could do 1 or 2 players, and one had a white plane, the other one had a black plane, and you just shot targets. But as you got further in the levels, like you had tunnels you had to go through that were really like a really long, thin tunnel. That was the hardest part to get through, and then it just got crazy. If you got through that, it got crazy. I never got much farther past it, but I was only like 10, so.
I'm not sure, but I think I still have my Atari flashback somewhere.
And the craziest part is you can get River Raid on the App Store right now.
Yeah. I mean, all of the games combined, if you get all 66 video games, they probably fit on like 4 megabytes of data. It's like so small, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the game has always been Asteroids. I mean, it makes sense like many Mandela effects do. There are multiple asteroids on the screen, but I play this game all the time. It was not called asteroids in my past. Do you remember the name plural or singular like Sandy does?
And like I said, some people
But,
do remember asteroid like I do, so I made a presentation.
yes, and this YouTube channel, the 8-bit Manshid, remembers asteroid like I do. While restoring this arcade asteroids cabinet, he says,
restoration of this asteroid cab. I'm pretty happy. It wasn't meant to be just a complete restore. It was just basic maintenance on the wood. Give it another.
yeah, so
He says asteroid through the whole thing. Through the
he
whole
does,
video.
yeah.
No, I mean like through his whole. I only gave clips. Through his whole video, he says asteroid.
There's, as you can see, guys, there is residue for it. Tons of residue here. Atari asteroid. Again, I'm on the other side of the fence here on this one. No offense,
Me
Sandy.
too. Me too.
You know,
No
I remember
offense.
asteroids.
Okay.
Hey, is that T and E merged? Look, the T and the E is merged.
Brian, we get to the logos at the end. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. What other video games did we say? Which other ones are Mandela? Do we have a list of those?
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I just covered a different one with Donkey Kong.
What's wrong with Donkey Kong?
It's more what's wrong with Mario.
What's wrong with him?
He's different.
It's not the Mario I remember. That's all.
All right, so yeah, the T and the E's merge, the R is touching the O, the S and the A, and the S and the D. You remember the Atari asteroid like I do, Sandy says, or was it always asteroids? Share your memory with us in the comments below. So we're going to talk about the Mario one?
If you want to find it, go ahead.
How long ago was it? Do you know?
I don't. It wasn't that long ago, but it had to do with Miss Pac-Man and all sorts of stuff. Pac-Man, and it was all video game stuff.
All right. Well, this folder was supposed to be a bonus at the end of the Atari game Mandela Effect. It just got way too long everywhere I looked, so I saw Mandela logos, new questions, and I needed to ask for things that just looked off. So brace yourself. We have a lot to cover, guys. Game cartridges, fonts, and logos. I don't remember the cutoff Fs and the cutoff Ts on Atari cartridges, but I really don't remember any of the games having broken letters. Not all of them do. But games I owned have broken letters now. Do you remember the broken letters? No, I don't.
So the one on the left does not. It's game. Oh, you're already off the screen. I'm on the delay. Go back for a second.
Okay.
So the one on the left, look at game program versus the one on the right.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I mean, that could have very well been a design change.
I don't remember broken letters at all.
Me neither. Both Atlantis and No Escape are wrong for me. The W and the new, but especially the N. That is so wrong. And now I have proof of what I remember on Atlantis. So look at the N's on the Atlantis and the No Escape. Look at that. Isn't that weird? It's like there's looks like an kind of looks like an H, or what would you say that is?
It looks like an M. Almost like an M with a curved in bottom to me.
Yeah, almost like an M. I didn't own No Escape, but this cartridge has the N that I remember. So it is possible there was an Atlantis cartridge with this N, but I couldn't find it. Look at that.
That's the way it should be.
Yep. All right, so these are some of the things here we were talking about: the cut off T's, the broken letters on asteroids, the pack,
I
Dash
don't remember
Man.
the Dash and Pac-Man. I don't. These are not from my reality. These games are not.
Pac-Man did not have a dash. Missile Command.
We got crooked E's. We
Space
have those
Invaders.
cut-off T's. We've got
Oh, look.
the A's. Look at the OM in Palm. Oh, and there's 2 eyes in Pompeii. Some people remember 2 eyes. It only has 1 eye.
Wait, which one?
Look at Pompeii, how it's spelled.
I
Some
see
people
2 eyes.
remember, I know, people remember 2 eyes, but if you look up Pompeii, the actual Pompeii, it only is 1.
No. Wait, you talking about the look up Pompeii?
Yeah, go ahead. Look it up.
The city has 2 eyes.
It does? Because when we looked it up, it only had 1.
It has 2.
Oh, it
There's
does
even
have
a
2.
song. Yeah, there's even a song I remember. Pompeii, Bastille, or Bastille, however you say his name, the artist. Okie dokie, look at okie dokie.
Regardless, though, I only remember 1 eye. I don't remember 2. But I thought the city was residue, but apparently it's not. And what were you saying about okie dokie? I'm sorry.
The K's and the I's are merged in okie dokie. Man, you know, Teresa, doesn't this make you want to go back and play an Atari? Oh, there's Donkey Kong, right?
I never played Atari. Sorry.
We're losing Teresa.
I'm playing Atari.
Teresa, if you gotta go, you go ahead and go. Thanks for coming on, okay?
I'm sorry.
Enjoy your St. Patty's Day.
I will.
Is there some place that, guys, isn't there some place that serves
good night, everybody.
Good night,
go get
Teresa.
you some corned beef and
Good
cabbage.
night.
Okay?
Good night. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Teresa.
Right. Good night.
Yeah, Sandy, isn't there a place that serves corned beef and cabbage for St. Patty's Day? Like a restaurant?
I'm sure there is, but I wouldn't know where.
Kaboom, the K and the A's merged. Kaboom. Hey, Sandy, how old were you when you played video games? Like when you played these games?
Young. Oh my gosh.
Like what, 10, 8?
I would say we got one, I think, 80, was it 82 or 83? What year did it come out?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. It came out shortly before the NES. NES was out in what, 85, 84, or 85?
I'm looking it up. I mean, we used it for years. It's not like we used it for a year and then stopped playing it. Oh my gosh, this thing came out in 77. All right, 82 is the release I had. Excuse me. So the Atari 2600 was originally released in 1977, in the EU in 1978, in France in 1982, in Japan in 1982, and then in 1983 they released the 2800. My guess is in 1982, because the 2800 was coming out, the 2600 dropped in price. That's probably when we got it, which would make me 5. or 6. No, 5. 4, 6. 5 or 6 years old when I started playing these.
I'm looking here. What game is this?
We're just looking at the logos, Brian. It's thrust with the T going all the way across. It's just
I didn't even
patterns
see
that
that.
we see in the Mandela effect that I don't remember ever
No,
seeing
if
growing up.
you didn't tell me that was the word thrust, I would have never caught that, Sandy. It looks like trust or something, or
Or IRUS.
yeah, I rust.
Or I'm Rust. But some of these are games I had that I don't remember looking like this. And some of these are games I did not have. That, like Rampage. I remember Rampage. I don't remember. I gotta get it on my screen.
You remember Rampage, right?
Rampage. Well, Rampage. You can say it's like tomato. I don't remember being connected like that at all.
No. Nope.
That I did not have Star Master, but again, I don't remember letters connected at all in my past.
Sandy, you just reminded me. I have they have these game systems you can buy that they sell on the it's Amazon. Some of the sellers are selling these Raspberry Pis, and you can get like literally like 50 plus game systems on there. It's got over 100,000 games.
I have seen them.
So it's got emulators on there that will play it. Okay, what else we got? Donkey Kong Country? No.
I know.
I'm looking at the Donkey Kong Country. The letters were not broken like that. What is going on here? You see that, right, Sandy? The T is broken right there at the top. The
I
Y,
do. There's actually
the U.
I know. There should be another slide with more logos.
And is that the R and the Y merge? And the N and the T and the R? Nope.
Yeah, again. I know. Yep.
Okay, Donkey Kong. The country logo is wrong for me. I remember the old version, but not the broken letters.
Right.
I also do not remember the main logo overlapping like this.
Yeah, I don't remember Donkey Kong on top of each other, the D, the O, the N.
I actually do remember that, but not the country one. I don't remember that.
And here's the Mario I'm talking about.
And that was not my Mario, ever. There was also never a tagline, "Save the lady," on the control panel. This is so wrong. What? Save the lady from Donkey Kong? What? Wait, so this is... You're telling me that the Mario was looking like this on the game? On the... This was on the...
on the arcade.
On the arcade. Oh, on the arcade, yeah. That's so weird. It does not look like Mario. What do you guys think about that one? Save the lady from Donkey Kong? So, I've never seen Donkey Kong in blue. It was red and yellow on the marquee sign. In my past, the logo never overlapped like that either. Do we have residue? Looks like there's residue of Mario here. There's a blue Mario with red suspenders and a blue hat.
But it still
and
looks
over here
like
he's
Mario.
got a red hat.
I don't care about the colors.
Right.
It's the fact that he looks like Mario. That's all that matters.
Yes. That does not look like Mario. The one on the left over here looks more like it.
I've never seen Mario like that. I have seen Donkey Kong look like that, but Not Mario.
This is,
That's the weird
this is the
part.
Mario that I remember on the cabinet.
He reminds me of Wario.
Yes, I was thinking about that too. I see what you mean now about Mario. I covered this in the past, and the Atari game was not Smurf. It was Smurfs, like this audio cassette.
And there's
See,
no
now
tail
it's
there for
Smurf.
you. In the video
In the
game, they didn't
game,
have
right?
tails.
Yeah,
No tails.
but now they all have tails.
Yep. I'm telling you, there's all sorts of weird logos. It's the fact that I don't remember seeing anything like this growing up as a kid. With the pyramid A's, the broken letters. I've seen stylized logos, don't get me wrong, but I don't remember seeing this growing up.
I could
I
be
can't
wrong, but
say. Yeah, good.
didn't Steve Jobs work for Atari?
Did he? I know he
I
worked
believe
for
he did.
Next. I can look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, it's just I think he used to work for Atari before creating Apple. I mean, can you imagine being on the
Yes,
ground?
yes, he was hired by
Yeah,
Atari in Los Angeles as a computer technician in 1974.
yeah. Can you imagine like designing these games? I was watching this documentary, and I'm not going to go too far off, Sandy, into a tangent, but I do recall this documentary. What killed the Atari altogether was actually the ET video game. That was the worst video game ever made by Atari, and it was because they were trying to rush it. They rushed it to get it out there before Christmas, I think it was, and people hated it. So many of those games ended up in the landfill, and that's basically what killed Atari. And they had a lot of competition from newer, things like Nintendo was around and Game Boy, and then eventually Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. You had all these things running around, and
Hey Brian, you have a fake Brian Stavely in your chat. Just letting you know.
a fake one. Are you for real?
Yeah, yeah, for real. Like you should probably block.
What's going on? Is that the real? It's not the real one.
The Emmy is not real. Tard. Sandy is smoking. Sandy, will you sleep with me? Am I banned?
What?
That's what I'm trying to
Where's
tell you.
that comment? I don't see that. Can somebody who has a wrench block that person, please? Dean or right anyone?
I'm
Can
I'm
somebody block that
I'm
person?
I'm working on it. I can remove the comments. It's not letting me block.
Well, just remove the comments.
I'm
That's
putting
kind
the
of
timeout while I deal.
that's not keep things cool, you guys in the chat, okay? I know it's not you, it's that one person. We just got to keep things cool.
It's not letting me block though. All I could do was time out. So you're gonna have to go in there yourself.
How long ago was the comment?
I don't know. I have to go look now. I just muted everything. It
Unidoc
doesn't
Ryan.
say.
Unidoc Ryan 8 says sounds like the real Stavely.
No. Recently.
I'm trying to find it.
No, Jimmy, it's not a one-sided chat. We're in StreamYard. That's how we do shows. The StreamYard is how we do the show, how you guys were able to see us. Okay, see ya. We don't post to StreamYard and let everybody in. That's not how it works. Oh, it's like people don't understand that we can get in trouble for what's put onto YouTube.
Well, do they still show the chat later?
What do you mean? Yeah, they post the chat later. I'm not worried about the chat. I'm saying we can't post a StreamYard link for anybody to join us because anything they say or show can hurt our channel. Like, we have to set it up ahead of time. You just don't let everybody join, because if they show something that's copyrighted, we can get our channels taken down.
I know. I hit the ban and block, so that's just stuff we don't say. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the real Brian Stavely.
Oh, no, I know it's not. He did a video about it.
Okay. All right, good. All right, so if you look here, we're looking at, first of all, the Madden. MAD is merged in Madden. And then we're looking at the NFL logo itself. Like, look at the logo, guys. Doesn't it look messed up? So is it that they fixed it, Sandy? Is this the right way? That's the one you remember?
Okay, so
The one here from 2008 to present?
let me see. I remember 2008 to present.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
what I
they
remember
fixed it.
too. But it was like that the whole time.
Yeah, I don't
wasn't like
remember
this
the
other
curvy
stuff.
L at all. And
No.
I don't know, okay, because I was not around for the first one up there. That's before my time. But I can't imagine them using that as a logo because you can't even read it. You see what I'm saying? The first one, the really, 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 really old one.
Yeah, no, they didn't have a curve to it on the L.
No, you're not listening to what I was saying. I'm talking about the
Are you
fact
there?
that it's black. You can't read it at all. Go back.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm saying I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, that was
imagine them using that as a logo. You can't read it.
It hurts your eyes. Like,
Mhm.
it hurt my eyes
It's
looking at it.
actually maroon, which is even worse because it's close to red, so it makes it even harder to read it.
All right, so now we're looking at MSX computing. The M, the S, and the X are all merged together. Madden's got that crazy L in the NFL. What's wrong with these here? Are they merged?
Yes, they're merged.
You want to talk about this one?
Basically, these are all the video game logos that I've been holding on to. Look at the Hunter. Look at Hunter Well. Look at the T. The T isn't merged because they cut out the E and the N. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
It is.
Now, we've covered this computer paper before from the 70s and 80s.
What's wrong with the paper?
The logo?
Oh.
It's all broken. The Pyramid A.
And the lips are pink in this one? So this is the game. It's a game? These are...
Yeah,
what
that's
is
a
this here? Is
game.
this a game?
Yeah. I'm just saying, even back then. Yeah, I don't know why the lips are pink. That's just weird. But it is current reality, Mount Rushmore. And it's also a current reality plane back then. That's why it's in the red section and not the residue section.
I see.
Look at all the pyramids. Look at all the pyramids in this game. And why is there grass?
Oh, man. Somebody depicted that wrong.
But they didn't, because if you think about it, in this reality, the city butts up to the pyramids now. And do we see the difference in the size of the two big pyramids?
Yeah, I thought they were around the same size.
Yeah, they're not even the right angle. That's wrong.
Now, isn't there what, like 10 pyramids now? There used to be only 3.
It's a ridiculous number.
We have covered Rock Band before, but I saw it again, so I thought I'd include it. It has always been merged with a V
For the A.
For the A. Mm-hmm. No, it was never like that, Sandy. It definitely had the A. I remember it distinctly. Regular
Same.
A. Wait, what's with the Beatles? Oh, it has the Rock
Band. Yeah.
That's so weird. Nope.
Same Valentine. I remember that
guys.
as well.
Game-related questions. Here we go. Yes or no? Does anyone recognize Mediagenic? This logo from 88 to 92 with the Mandela Pac-Man M, the filled-in letter D, and the pyramid for the letter A. If yes, what company did Mediagenic become?
And I think it's been long enough since they've seen this that they may not remember if they've seen this one before. Brian, do you know what Mediagenic is?
No.
I mean, this was our prime gaming years. We were kids here. You know, like...
are you talking about Super NES? Super NES?
No. So Pushin says no. Go-Kart Bob says
Sonic,
no.
Sonic, Sega Genesis?
You're just throwing out. You don't know. You're guessing.
I'm guessing. That's about the time frame. Super Nintendo, I think we got one in 92, 91 or 92.
In your chat, Dean says the letter changes. The message is for the eons.
Game Boy Color.
Now
no, that could be Game Boy.
Okay, I'm reading what Dean said. Now unto the principalities and powers might be known by the church in the manifold of God, which he purposed in Christ Jesus. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
So
guys, we need to get ready.
Oh.
I was saying we need to pray. We got crazy stuff going on in the world. Okay.
It's unbelievably crazy what's going on.
Okay, so according to the logo history, this company was Activision. Because they wanted to expand their offerings, they changed the company name from Activision to Mediagenic, and then back to Activision in 92.
Never. It was always Activision.
It was always Activision. I remember Activision.
That's all I remember is Activision. I do not remember Mediagenic at all.
So the strange part is there is very little information on this company and their official logo. I can only find it on logo history sites. I haven't found it used anywhere, not in print or screen residue. All right, so this is just proof saying it was formerly Mediagenic.
It's ridiculous. I've never seen Mediagenic in my life. And that was my prime gaming years. I saw Activision everywhere.
Yeah, Activision are the ones behind Call of Duty.
I was 12 to 16 years old at that time.
Which brings me to Activision. I'm probably going to be alone on this, but the logo is different from my memory. Which do you remember, top or bottom? Oh, gosh. Now you're messing with my head, Sandy.
I'm sorry. You have to give an option.
Oh, man. I don't know. I see what you're showing here. The T, whether it's merged or not, with the V.
Mm-hmm. Well, they both look right to you?
I would probably say the bottom one maybe looks right to me, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Can you see? I can't see your chat. I can only see my chat unless I leave.
Hey, Cubert Z says top, Moon Freedom says top, pushing buttons bottom. Unidoc says bottom. Valentine
It's
says bottom.
unindoctrinated. Unindoctrinated says bottom. Valentine says bottom. Reality, it's okay if you don't know.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, it
Ronan says bottom. Yeah, it's top.
so the T and the V has always been merged? No.
I don't remember that. I don't remember I don't remember
was-
that at all.
Not the T and the V was not merged.
Ryu says top. So
In
some of
my
you have the
past, it
current
was
memory.
the bottom.
Sorry.
Yeah. The T was larger and merged with the V, but the logo has always been the top and merged. Am I alone in this, or do you remember the logo like I do? So you remember the bottom one.
I do. I don't remember. I do not remember the T being as big as the V. Now, it makes sense. It makes
know it
complete
makes sense.
sense. Because it's saying TV. You're playing the game on the TV. But it wasn't like that for me.
Nope.
And I can see a reality where these two were given as options to the company and they had to choose. And then the reality split. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm. There's no residue I was able to find, but they did use the company name outside the logo design. Here are all the different ones I found.
Yeah, I don't remember so many. I always remember the rainbow in Activision. I don't remember the white ones where it's just a white logo.
I've also covered Miss Pac-Man before. I do not remember the black dots in the S. What?
Why are they red?
In the MS? No.
Why are they pink and red? Stop. They were black. Stop it.
Wait, what?
Read my words and look at the picture,
I
Brian.
see that. I know. You put here that they were black.
Stop it.
Are you telling me it changed again?
They were black. They were black dots. They were black dots. They were not pink. You didn't see the pink behind it. They had black dots. They may have been outlined in that darker pink, but they were black dots.
Let's look at that. I want to look at that real quick.
I have more pictures of Ms. Pac-Man. We have to look at the other logos while we're going through it.
No, now they're pink, Sandy.
Oh, stop it. Oh, God.
So,
That's why I take the detail to write stuff out, because if I just said it, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know.
Exactly. Sandy says, I previously covered original Miss Pac-Man having blue in her eyes and bow. I remember that. And she was only ever red, yellow, and black for me in the game. Artwork was red or pink. Sometimes blue or purple eyeshadow.
That looks ridiculous on the right. It looks even worse in pink.
Yeah. Artwork was red or pink. Sometimes blue or purple eyeshadow, but not blue eyes.
And why is there a plus in the P?
What?
You see it? It's a plus.
Yeah, I see that. I see the plus. And let's not forget that the A is a triangle. The A's are triangles, and the M is filled in. Nope, not for me.
Wait, hold on. Unindoctrinated says, "I see a pink dot and I want to paint it black."
That's funny. Wait, I want to star that comment. Where is that
at? On my channel, about 10 up.
I see it. Yeah, that was funny. That was really funny. Some of these are really laughable. You know that these changes. So, which player is eating twice as much?
Wait,
Here is some residue.
Stop. Go back. Her mole is
What?
pink now too. Look at her mole on the right in the game. It's pink.
Actually, that's purple, Sandy. The mole is purple.
or red. It's not black, okay? It's not black. Oh my gosh, this is so messed up. Yeah, it's purple. She has purple eyeshadow there.
Yeah.
And she has a green eye. Do you see the green eye? Just
No, I didn't.
do
Let
me a
me
favor.
see.
Go back, zoom in. I'm taking a screenshot so I can talk about this tomorrow. Zoom in, please.
I did.
That's as far as you can zoom in? Okay,
Yes.
I got it. I got it. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Here's the residue of Miss Pac-Man without the blue in her bow and eyes. The
And no
words on
mole.
the 1980. No
I
mole.
didn't write it. Sorry. There's no mole.
The words in this 82 ad were merged too. Why are the words merged? Like the W and the H, stuff like that. T and W. See that? Merged.
Hey, Philo.
That M, I like that M. Reminds me of the M&M's M.
Philo, rewind. The dots that were black in Miss Pac-Man that I don't remember are now pink as well.
You can clearly see the black dots in Pac-Man. The Miss looks like it has no black dots like I remember. Most likely they are there. But because of the quality, they aren't visible. But I'm including it just in case it's residue, marking it orange.
I didn't mark it.
Wait. Oh, no, you didn't mark it?
I just realized there's no markings on it, but that's fine.
It's hurting my eyes. I'm trying to zoom in.
But wait, stop. That is residue though. Even as blurry as it is, we can see that the dots in the A are black. The dots in the A's are black. They're not pink. So
Right.
it's still residue. Even as blurry as it is, it's residue. Glad I included it. So, I don't know. This is supposed to be red because this is the blue. I don't know why it's in a green slide, but it's supposed to be red.
Hmm.
It's the mole. The mole's black there, so that's good too. But there's blue. I don't remember the blue. I don't remember the eyeshadow.
Sandy, you want to read?
It's not on my screen yet. I previously covered that the Pac-Man ghosts were originally called monsters. Looking at the cabinets for Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, the ghost monsters are different from what I remember too. I don't remember the mole either. Reality is complex. We don't remember the mole. We just covered that a long time. We covered it a long time ago, so I didn't rehash it.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
True or false? The artwork for Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man made it obvious that they were not ghosts. So for those of you that didn't see that presentation, according to, it's Namco, right? Namco? According to the creators of Pac-Man, they were monsters. They were always monsters, never ghosts. They were always ghosts in my past, but now they're monsters. So true or false, the artwork made it obvious that they were not ghosts. Not ghosts. True or false? Now, I know Philo's not affected by this one. Everyone knows they're ghosts as Moon Freedom, right? That's what I said, but no, they're monsters now.
Wait, they've always been monsters?
I'm thinking we should show that presentation after this because there's people in the chat who have not seen that presentation and don't understand. And you're even saying they're not ghosts. You see what I'm saying? So that's probably one you missed. I'm going to go find it. You read the chat's answers, Brian.
Okay. The Orion Files with Ronan the voice says ghosts 100%. File of Fire says no ghosts for me. They were.
And I'm dropping the link to the presentation in our group. So that way you can go to it next.
They were
okay?
definitely ghosts.
Okay, but I'm asking if they looked like ghosts. Like it was obvious that they were ghosts on the artwork. Because for me, they always look like ghosts. Like what he's holding in his hand there.
True. This is even more of a Mandela effect for me because I do not remember this feature on the ghosts in the cabinet artwork. But if you played these games in arcades on the old arcade cabinets, it's clear that they aren't ghosts in this reality.
Like you would say to yourself, these can't be ghosts. They have hair.
Yeah, because ghosts don't have hair. Does anyone remember hair on this artwork? No, not me. It looks a little different between Pac-Man's cabinet and Mrs. Pac-Man's, but they were smooth in my past. Do you remember them having hair? Nope.
They also are wearing gloves. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. It doesn't look right. It looks off. I just remember them being smooth. I do remember the blue ones, but they were smooth. They didn't have the jaggedy parts for the hair. Guys, this is just the best I could do. It doesn't mean that it definitely looked like this in my past. It's just the best I could do with what I was working with, okay?
I tried. Yeah. You tried from the past, Sandy, but these may not be exact. The red box version is the current reality versus Sandy's memory.
On the left, it looks like he has a mustache or a muzzle. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see that. Uh-huh.
Ghosts don't have mustaches or muzzles. Eyebrows, too.
Left versus right again.
Again, the best I could do. All I know is I don't remember the jaggedy hair parts. Okay?
Let's not forget that the C, I remember the C looking like a Pac-Man, but the rest of it, the letters, the M, the A's, and the N's were not like filled in.
Yes, agreed. And I did find residue of that on Chef Boyardee years ago. We showed it a long time ago. And now they're messed up too. And look at the sticker in the go back, Ryan. You jumped right over it.
Oh.
Look at the ghost in the bottom left. What does it say?
Monster.
Monster.
Do you remember we talked about it on a previous show that the red one is the one that always moves the fastest?
Yes, but like I said, we have to show the other presentation because there's proof that there's that they're monsters in the intro.
Wonder what I'm looking at here.
This is residue of them being ghosts. Nice, smooth, shiny ghosts.
Nope.
Question.
I never.
You didn't even ask the question.
Where's the question?
Oh, I wrote nope. Okay, never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
I never messed with the programming, but I played brain games all the time. I remember opening this on Christmas morning. One year it was PAC, it was PACK, not PAK. Nope again. I do not remember PAK on any of my Nintendo items, my things. And it's spelled like this on so many Nintendo things. PAK.
Everything is PAK. I don't remember. I don't remember PAK on anything.
So apparently I'm in a timeline where it was common to drop the C in electronics. I didn't own these, so I can't say for sure. Does anyone remember these things? The PAK Does anyone remember that?
Do you remember PAK everywhere instead of PACK? Like the PlayStation Party
No.
Pack. Like, no, the C's were there. I don't remember ever seeing PAK.
No. More PAK stuff. LA Rock,
Yeah.
FedEx, and Coleman products. Sandy, I'm
Everywhere.
sorry, I'm starting to fall out a little bit. Maybe we'll cover one more, and then then we'll do a quick trivia. Okay.
Okay. I don't have any
How many?
trivia. I don't know what trivia you're using. I would just do another presentation.
Okay.
I would just do a short presentation instead of trivia because I have no idea what kind of trivia we could ask.
Oh, I do.
Day's not. Well, St. Patrick's Day isn't like I've never really celebrated it except for in school because we're Italian. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a big holiday. And that's it. You finally made through all the logos and residue. If you stuck through this whole thing, thank you. This was a ton of work. Are you affected by any of this? Have answers to my questions? Leave a comment below. Now, I did send you the link for the other presentation about the monsters. Moon Freedom says do trivia. In certain areas, I believe you, Moon Freedom. That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends. It's not as widely celebrated as other holidays, though. Depends on where you're located. If you're Irish, if you're Irish, you probably celebrate it every year. But it just, I grew up in an Italian area. It really wasn't a thing. The most we did for St. Patty's Day growing up was in school. We had to wear something green. That was it. that was the extent of my celebration of St. Patty's Day in my childhood.
So, hang on.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Moon Freedom says they even dye the river greener than it usually is. The river shouldn't be green.
Do you guys know which city in America is famous for dyeing a river green every year to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? And what the name of the river is?
Yes, because it's in the chat, Ryan.
Oh, is that what they said?
Moon Freedom lives in Chicago and says they dye the river greener than it usually is. In the chat.
Well,
it's already there.
That was just there?
That was there before you asked the question.
Oh man, it's like Moon Freedom is reading my mind here because I just came up with the question now.
Yep, that's the sync. And Kubert says Boston. Okay. They do it in Boston too.
Well, what's the name of the river? Did we get that?
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, Chicago River. Okay, so St. Patrick's Day. Did you guys know that St. Patrick wasn't even from Ireland?
I did, but it was in Scotland.
He was actually born in Roman Britain, not Ireland. He was captured and brought to Ireland as a slave at the age of 16.
Brian, you can't say that. There was no such thing as slavery in white countries.
But that's a fact. That's what happened.
I know. I'm being facetious. That's all.
Okay. Okay, so we made it through all the logos and residue. If you stuck through the whole thing, thank you so much. Oh, you read that already? Okay.
I did.
All right.
So I said I sent you the link for the part 1 of this where we talk about the ghosts being monsters.
Okay. I was busy trying to find a good trivia question, but ChatGPT was giving me issues saying there was
I
unusual activity coming from my account. That was weird.
don't trust that.
So a few years ago,
Oh no, wait, Brian.
uh,
No. I sent you a
what?
link to part 1 of what we just covered so that the chat understands,
Okay,
because
hold
some of them
on.
didn't see it.
Okay, I thought we were covering another one.
I said
Hold
we
on,
could
let me
cover
go.
another one, another short one after this, if you want, instead of doing trivia, since you couldn't find any. But we should follow this up with the one that they haven't seen, because some of them have seen it, but some haven't, and they didn't know what I was talking about with the monsters.
All right, can you guys see this?
Yes. Pac-Man has
Okay,
changed for
so
me again. This is
yeah,
an old
go ahead.
presentation.
All right, go ahead. You can read it, Sandy.
All right. I'm just waiting for it to get, there it goes. Before I get to Pac-Man, I have 2 quick questions concerning Ms. Pac-Man. Are those dots black, Brian? We'll go back. That's residue of no dots in the S. There's no dots in the S. That's residue. That's
Yeah,
black dots.
yeah,
Black dots. No plus sign in the P.
the S
All
is
right.
a normal S.
Yep. No dots in it. All right. Sorry. The first question is, do you remember there being bear modes in the game for younger players? Yes or no? In Ms. Pac-Man for Atari, do you remember there being bear modes in the game for younger players? Yes or no?
I don't remember that.
Pushing button says no. Reality is complex says no. Go Kart Bob says Fleo. No bear modes. No, says Valentine. Philo does recall the 8-bit bear icon. Mr. Super Sidewinder is still saying no mole. Yes, there's no mole on the artwork stuff, but just not in the game. I owned both Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man for the Atari 2600 and never knew there was a bear mode to make the game easier at the time for 8-year-old me. And my sister was 6. So you'd think we would use bear mode, but no.
Yeah, what
Philo
was the thing
never.
with the cherries? The thing with the cherries, what was that about?
It's just the like with Pac-Man, it was always the same, but with Ms. Pac-Man, the fruit changed.
You already read that?
Oh, you want me to read the? All right. So one bear, a good choice for beginners. Ms. Pac-Man is pursued by only one ghost, which would be much better for a 6-year-old like my sister. 2 bears, a novice player's choice. Ms. Pac-Man is pursued by 2 ghosts. And 3 bears, an intermediate player's choice. Ms. Pac-Man is pursued by 3 ghosts. All 4 game variations start at the easiest level, cherries. Games then progress to the highest level, banana. If you survive the banana level, the mazes alternate between maze 3 and maze 4. Every 2 times the maze is cleared of dots. The fruits are randomly selected, and the time the ghosts stay blue decreases. So there's actually 4 levels, because no bear is 4 ghosts like it's supposed to be. I don't remember there being options like this.
No, me neither.
I know. Why does it say ghost now? Very true, Moon Freedom. I'm going to explain that, though. Question number 2. Which sprite in the game do you remember from Ms. Pac-Man? Left or right? Now, we already discussed this, so we're going to move along. But I don't remember the blue. I don't remember them all. I just remember Yellow, red, and black. I don't remember any blue on her, and I don't remember the mole. Pushin and Philo have the current memory. I've already covered the mole, which I have no memory of, but now she is blue in her eye and her bow. Ms. Pac-Man was only yellow, red, and black in my past. Do you remember the blue? It's hard to see, but there is blue in the right-hand side. At least there's no mole on the Lego one. Brian, you can go on. Because it takes a minute. You know, there's a delay when I'm reading it. If you want to read it to make it faster, you can.
Okay, all the credit and research of video clips goes to the YouTube channel, JJ McCullough YouTube channel. As
You
just
have to read
pointing
the
out
YouTube
his
channel.
link.
Yeah.
There are things I just learned about from a JJ McCullough video that makes me believe Pac-Man has changed. If you remember, what are these characters' names featured in Pac-Man and Pac-Man Adventures cartoon? Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and what?
I have a dual memory on this.
Is it Dot?
No.
Inky? Oh, is it Stinky? I don't know. It sounds like it could be Stinky.
I remember that too, Philo, but I didn't put it in the thing. Noise Guru says Dot.
Inky,
Philo,
Pinky, Blinky, and Dot.
why do I remember Sue? That's so weird.
Well, what is it? What's the answer? Let's find out.
I have a dual memory, and I have a weird memory. Like you just said Dot. I have a weird memory like Dot. So go on.
Okay. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Clyde.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I do remember Clyde, but I also have a memory of a weird name. So go ahead.
Okay, I may be alone on this, as there is hardly any residue. But even though I do remember Clyde, I have an equally strong memory of Gus. Isn't that crazy?
I think it's crazy.
Stinky? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff and I do not share the same memory for Clyde. He doesn't remember Clyde at all and instead remembers Stinky. Does anyone else remember this? I kind of remember Stinky.
I do not remember Stinky, but Jeff only remembers Stinky. He doesn't remember Clyde. And Philo said Clyde was bluish for me, not orange.
I've only found one residue of Gus in an off-topic post equating Clyde to a non-Pac-Man character named Gus. However, it could be a reason, man, excuse that I remember Gus. His nickname is Gazuda. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, when you put two and two together. This may seem like an obvious question, but what are Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde?
So here's that question, guys. In the chat, if you remember them being monsters, just say monsters. I'm assuming most people remember ghosts, but go ahead, Brian.
According to Namco, which is the creators of the game, they were always monsters, but Americans started calling them ghosts and it stuck. I've never heard of them being called monsters or the Ghost Gang before. Have you?
So anybody, Ghost Gang?
We gotta get away from those ghost monsters. Where's the ghost monsters?
The Ghost Monsters.
They both say ghost monsters in the cartoon that we used to watch. I've never heard them referred to as monsters.
Me neither. So again, all credit goes to JJ McCullough. I watch this cartoon on Saturday mornings and then again in syndication on the cable channel. I've never heard of Pac-Man calling them ghost monsters.
Okay, wait, pause it. Pause it. I need to explain. We need to read first. All
okay,
right,
this is what sent me down the rabbit hole. Do you remember these chase scenes in the game.
I do.
I remember that.
Right? I remember this too.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We're coming to the part that I don't remember. Right here.
Oh,
If he's
no, I don't.
that, yeah, I don't remember. If he's a ghost, why is his clothes coming off? I don't remember this.
Oh, no, I don't remember that at all.
And then he's stitched up.
No, that was not in the game. So I do remember the first one where Pac-Man gets bigger, but I have zero memory of Blinky as a monster having his monster costume torn, repaired, and then running away as a naked monster. Do you remember this? I've never questioned that these things chasing Pac-Man were ghosts, but in the animation, I've seen it. Would you
Had I
have
seen it?
had I seen it, would you have had me wondering why ghost clothes come off?
You consider yourself a bit of a Pac-Man fan, right?
Absolutely.
Hold on, let me read it. I
Yeah.
truly believe this could be a change where they let these animations out of my reality, the reality where they were always ghosts and never monsters. So, guys, I think we shared this with you guys before this presentation, but it's fine. We're covering it again because it's all related to the other stuff.
And some people never saw this.
I love Pac-Man as like
Yeah.
a cultural touchstone, cultural artifact.
Perfect.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
Maxwell. So we see you have some of these Pac-Man props here.
Yes, yes.
What do we have?
Well, this looks like a lamp that is a ghost. I can't tell from the color if it's meant to be. Oh, it looks like the colors are cycling through all four of the different typical ghosts.
The what?
The ghosts. Like they're your standard four ghosts.
The ghosts.
The ghosts.
And the ghosts are what?
What do you mean? They're ghosts.
They're ghosts. Okay. See, this is the crux of the issue here. Is that what if they're not ghosts, Maxwell? Why do you think they're ghosts?
Because of the shape. That's what I was told by Namco.
So Maxwell wasn't quite correct there. As we discussed, the Namco Corporation actually initially described these things as monsters and not ghosts. And it was only because the American public so stubbornly insisted on seeing them as ghosts that eventually the official terminology changed. You consider yourself...
So that's why in
Interesting.
Ms. Pac-Man it says ghosts. They're saying it's our fault. Americans. It's our fault because we called them ghosts. So they changed the word
Well, hey,
to ghosts.
if it looks like a
in Ms.
duck and
Pac-Man.
quacks like a duck, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it probably is a duck. That's our logic.
Except in the intro to Pac-Man, the ghost's clothes come off and then he's naked dragging his clothes behind him in this reality. So there's
I know,
no
that's so
reason
weird, isn't it?
we should have been like, well, maybe that's not a ghost. Ghost clothes don't come off. That's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen that clip before. I've never seen that part of the intro. And they're saying it's always been there. The point is, I've never, ever, ever heard them referred to as monsters before this. Always ghosts, never monsters. I pretty much just read it, Brian. You
That's
can go on.
wild.
Oh, that's it. That's the last one.
That's all right. Yeah. So let me mark it down. We left off through 5th of February. That's where we're at with my timeline. I'm marking it down. Okay, Sandy?
Okie dokie.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please join us again in 2 weeks. We'll have the next show.
And I'll be live tomorrow and Sunday
Yes.
on Shifty Sunday. And guys, I have to give an update, Brian, and let people know what's going on.
Yeah, go for it.
So there's something I can't talk about yet because Joey doesn't know yet. I gotta whisper. I don't want. He doesn't know yet. Joey's losing his job tonight. He doesn't know it yet. No, he has two jobs, so he's losing one of them. And
So sorry.
I have to be really quiet because I don't want him to hear because he hasn't talked to the owner yet. The owner talked to me first. And we got another letter today, which turns out to be the original letter. So I don't know if it's something to worry about or not, but it's a 15-day notice to vacate on our apartment. I was speaking with the landlord earlier. There is a language barrier, so I included his daughter who speaks English. So I don't know if he's meant to send it today or if the diversion program sent it again. But there's also the issue with the IRS. I don't know if any of you are having issues with the IRS, but normally Joey gets his refund like within a couple weeks of filing, and his sat in, like, it just sat in processing forever, and we didn't know what was going on. They amended his return because little Joey is too old now. They took away the child tax credit, and instead of getting a couple thousand back, he's getting a couple hundred back. And we were going to use that money to finish catching up. So Jeff changed the amount of the GoFundMe today because I don't. Well, even with all the help you guys did, we were caught up through February waiting for the tax refund. We're giving the landlord any money that comes in and any money that we have to give, but we're also behind on other bills at this point because we had to give everything to the landlord. So I'm just letting you know the GoFundMe is still up. And it's really our only option right now, unless Joey, I can't talk about that part. I gotta be quiet. So, you know what I mean? Unless he finds something new, I'm trying to whisper. I'm sorry. If you can say it louder, Brian.
Can they cash app or anything like that, Sandy, to help you?
It's all, anything is fine. Like I said, I know people don't like a lot of people don't like GoFundMe because of what happened in Canada. But yeah, no, anything that gets sent to me right now, even if it's quote unquote for my channel, it's going to the landlord. Anything I get. And like the super chats on my channel.
Your
like
cash app is MESandyDiVa.
Yeah. And I'm like $10 away from getting my first paycheck from YouTube. So when that comes in, that's going to the landlord. And anything that comes in is just going straight to the landlord. I mean, I feel bad. I want to pay him. Apparently, he texted me. He's going through financial difficulty, that explains why he's so different. Before he was, understanding, and he worked with us, and now he's not working with us anymore. And it's because he's having issues. Everyone's having financial difficulties. It's bad right now. People who I never thought, like people who were well off, had no money problems, are having money problems now. It's so bad. Everything's just bad. But with everything that's, I can't believe, I just can't believe this is just bad. I have been so stressed.
What happened to Sandy? What happened to his job? Is it personal?
No, I just can't talk about it yet, Brian. He doesn't know.
Okay. Man. Well, there's always a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow. So I'm hoping, in your case, that like, because you're fighting with this other case, that hopefully it'll go in your favor, right? To to get that. What the one?
My lawsuit.
The one with Johnson & Johnson.
Oh God, yeah, but that's been 8 years. I can't count on that. Yeah. I've been fighting that for 8 years. 8 years. I mean.
I know.
There's been no word on that. They offered a settlement.
Yeah.
I'm not even really supposed to talk about this. But the settlement, let's put it this way. When you split it up between all the cases. And the lawyer's fees for 8 years. 8 years of lawyer's fees. People are left with a couple $1,000. Like $2,000, $3,000.
I don't know. I honestly don't know how people are affording rents right now. Rents are through the roof. They're in
and that's
areas
why,
in the South. Areas in the South where it's supposed to be cheaper, rents are around $2,000. I told myself if rents ever went to 2,000, I'm moving into a house, which I did. You know, there are a little bit higher expenses with a house, but at least you own it, you know?
Yeah,
With
and that's why
apartments,
saving the apartment is so important, because our rent is still, well, it went up a little bit. We're a little under 1,100, but still, 1,100 is cheap compared to everything else.
yes.
There's nothing affordable around here. We'd
There
have to
there's still
literally
people.
move to. I was gonna say we
Yeah,
literally have to move to areas with bars on the windows and gunfights outside. Like, that's the area that we could afford, and it's
That's
not
terrible. That's
an
terrible.
option. So I do want to say, Pushin says super chats. I have never received a super chat. YouTube is still holding it hostage. I have to receive $100 in order to get anything from the super chats, and they take anywhere between 20
Yeah.
and 60%. So even though I received over $100 in super chats, as of right now, hold on a
Is
minute,
there
I'm gonna
anything,
do it.
Sandy? Is there anything, Sandy, you guys could possibly hawk? You know, to try to just get the money for now, like a pawn shop or something like that. I don't know.
I have nothing of value
Moon of
except for
Freedom.
the.
Moon of Freedom.
Thank you, Moon
Moon.
Freedom. Oh my God.
Thank you, Moon of Freedom.
No, you have no idea. No, listen. I have to explain something here. So I was at $97.25. The minimum payment is $100, and it says that thanks to Moon Freedom, I'm actually going to get paid. But it says that I'll get paid the following month between the 21st and the 26th. So I will receive all the money donated through the channel so far, April 21st to the 26th.
Yeah, Sandy. Tanya Sue says, so sorry, Sandy. Everybody watched The Big Short. It's about the housing market crash in 2008, and it shows what could happen now. Great movie, great cast.
I definitely will, because everything's, like I said.
Thank you, Tanya.
Everything's a mess. Everyone is suffering. And like I said, there's people that I knew that were well off that can't even get through the week anymore.
Listen, guys, our goal for 2024 should just be to try to get out of debt as much as possible. I know it's hard because, like, vehicle prices are up. If your car is on the fritz and you got to pay for a mechanic, I was forced to pay $4,000 or get a different car, and I wanted something reliable, you know. So when you get that reliable vehicle, you're going to pay more for it. And used car prices are up. We just have to bear with it. Just grind. I mean, you got to grind every day.
Thank you, everybody.
Sandy, hang in there, okay? Like, literally, hang in there.
I'm trying, but I just need to let everyone know that's why. If you go to the GoFundMe, if you see the GoFundMe, why it's increased, because I mean, we're 2 weeks away from April, and once I hit April, he can just kick us out, and that's why I'm scared, because then we're a full 2 months behind. Oh my God, this is a nightmare.
And Sandy,
yeah,
you're gonna be okay. Hang in there, okay?
I'm trying.
And yeah.
It just doesn't seem to end. It's like it's constant. It's like every time I turn around, I think we're okay, and then we go 2 steps back. But I am going to post the.
Maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk off air. But yeah, I'm really praying for Joey. He can get something else and get back on his feet again.
Yeah, you can talk about that. I just can't because
It's tough. It financial stress puts a lot of stress on relationships. It really does. And
your health.
Yeah, believe me. I've got I don't like it. I've got another whole week to go. I got a little less than $150 to survive. But hey, I'm bearing it down because mortgage and rent that always comes first. You have to have a place to stay. And I hear cases in Florida, actually. I'm not to get too far off topic here, but HOAs are going up, property taxes are going up, and then you're paying more on the house or whatever. Just hang in there, guys. That's all I can say, and pray for each other. You know, iron sharpens iron. We're going to get through this.
I'm writing because I can't speak about it. Can you read that, Brian? My comment.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's being let go, so I don't know anything about the job situation yet. Or
And
yeah,
that's
you don't
why
know
I
about
can't
it.
talk about it yet.
But how do you know already? How do you know?
All right.
You got a letter?
No. I'm writing
Word of
it.
mouth, someone told you?
No. I'm writing.
Okay.
You can talk while I write.
Yeah, your rent, Sandy, is not that bad considering, but maybe there's other areas you could cut, like the TV. Don't you guys pay like a couple $100 a month for TV and cable and internet?
I only have internet, Brian.
Okay, so they reduced it to that. So how much is that a month?
I only pay $60 a month.
Okay. So you guys had to cut the TV.
I've
because I
cut
remember you were telling
everything.
me. As far as food goes, you're not. I mean, you're doing the best you can with food wise and everything, right?
Hold on, I'm still writing. You can start reading it if you want.
Oh man. That's the one downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he still has a job. It's just that we needed. Hold on, I gotta write.
Yeah. Do you guys have like Verizon or what do you have, Sandy? Philo is saying cheaper phones.
I don't pay for my phone. My phone is free.
I don't know. It's really hard though. I know what you mean. Like, it is hard. A lot of people are doing the kind of gig economy. You guys were doing well when you had the car to get around it, but now did you ever get a car to replace the one that got demolished?
Yeah. How am I getting a car, Brian? I don't have money
No, I'm
for a
saying
car. No car. I haven't had a car for a year.
no car. Yeah, that's a problem.
It's a major problem, even in a city, because transportation is expensive.
See, where I live, you can't walk to get where you want to go. If you want to go, I know. If you want to go anywhere, you have to drive to that location, and so I'm constantly putting miles on my car.
Oh, I'm essentially an invalid. I can only walk the most 2 blocks, and that's it kills me to do it. When I get home, I crash.
Guys, just think of Sandy in your prayers. If you're not able to donate, if you can't, that's fine. Just pray for Sandy.
Please,
Things
yes,
work out. But
prayers are wonderful, and if you can share the GoFundMe, I appreciate it. But that I needed to tell you because the amount went up, and I didn't want anyone just assuming bad stuff. I needed to explain why the amount went up, and it's because everything just happened at once with the thing I just wrote in the chat, and the tax refund not being anywhere near what it was supposed to be that we were relying on. Because after paying him all this money, all our other bills went behind. We needed this money.
when did little Joey when did he
last year.
what I'm
It's
saying
last
when did
year's
he turn
taxes.
I don't know, when did he turn 18
It's 21,
or
Brian.
19?
It's 21, Brian.
21 is the age.
Yeah.
And when did he turn 21?
March.
March of last year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
we
yeah,
got
see
big-
that's why they're not honoring it, because he has to be at least
I
6
know.
months out of the year.
I know. I know now. I know. But why didn't
No.
TurboTax say that? They let it go through.
Well,
I
yeah,
think it's
TurboTax.
the new tax laws that Biden put into effect this year.
It could be. Yeah, like I said, guys, just pray it never happens in your situation. Always look
Thank
out
you.
for seriously, and
I'm laughing because of fire. Thank you for making me laugh.
wow. But you guys are caught up though, or you're not like a month behind anymore, right?
No, that's why I'm upset and panicking. I
Oh,
got in the mail today a 15-day notice to vacate. Today. It's in my hand.
oh my
Here,
God.
right here. That's why I was so upset.
Yeah. All right, guys. Again, thank you, Sandy, for helping us with this presentation tonight. We're gonna pray for you, Sandy, that
I know.
you'll get through this. Seriously,
I mean, it's not like
with the help, Jesus, he's gonna be there for you. You got to have faith, okay?
that's the only thing I have left is praying and having faith.
And
Thank you,
Follow
everyone.
Fire says laughter always helps us too. So
It
you'll
does.
probably
That's
be
why
laughing about this later. Yeah.
I just throw myself into work so I don't think about it. Because I'm fine if I'm not thinking about it. I
Yes.
don't think about it. I'm okay.
Hey, we love you, Sandy. Hey, we love all of you out there. Thank you again for
I love you
watching our
all.
show tonight, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Okay.
I'll
Have a
see you
great
guys
Mandela
tomorrow
Effect night.
night.
God bless.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.